Welcome to Monday Jazz and Conversation, presented by a collaboration of 4 nonprofit organizations: Gold Coast Jazz Society, South Florida Jazz, Sunshine Jazz Organization, and the Miami Jazz Cooperative, all of whom are dedicated to bringing jazz to South Florida audiences. Each Monday, Wendy Peterson and Nikki Orta feature the music and talk to the country's most talented and interesting jazz musicians.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome John Fedchuk to the hang.
Hi, everybody. Great to be here.
The amazing and beautiful and the world's best person, Brenda Alford.
Hi, Brenda.
Live up to that.
Okay, I got some living to do.
Please welcome to Jazz and Conversation the amazing Joe Donato. Joey D!
Hello.
How are you? I'm so
Good evening,
sad
ladies and
that
gentlemen.
we
This
gave
is
you
Ralph
stress.
Edwards, and tonight, it's Joe Donato. This is your life.
And now, the hosts of Monday Jazz and Conversation, Wendy Peterson and Nikki Orta.
Hello
Hello there.
I always feel so guilty when we start even just a little bit late, so we want to apologize.
Seems like the gremlins have been out in full force lately, huh?
You know, we, like I always say, we are at the mercy of the internet gods, and
Speaking of
you
which.
never know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I want to send a plea out to anybody who knows anybody at big internet companies like Comcast or Xfinity or Atlantic Broadband or AT&T. If you guys want to be heroes, I'm talking to these big companies now. If you guys want to be heroes, you need to donate good Wi-Fi to Miami-Dade County Public School Systems, because
Do it.
I've got some friends who are teachers and who are trying to teach half of their classes online and then half to in person, and it's almost impossible because the Wi-Fi is so poor. And you are going to witness this.
Be quiet, Mike.
You are going to have to witness this for yourself, because we are speaking tonight to the most amazing Melton Mustafa Jr. and Jesse Jones Jr., and they are coming from Melton School, and we're trying to use their Wi-Fi, and it's not great. So
There might be some robotic elements to this conversation.
yeah, freezing.
We're not
and-
doing it on purpose.
But now think about this. What you're seeing is probably what kids are seeing when they have to do study online. So it's a problem that we all can address as a community. So we are talking tonight about the Melton Mustafa Jazz Festival, which I have been fortunate enough to play a couple of years ago. And it's just a really great time. And so we're going to talk everything Melton Mustafa Jazz Festival with Melton Jr. and Jesse Jones. So you know what? We're going to show a promo, a little promo clip to get your appetites whetted. And then we will speak to them and see some videos and just talk about everything that you can expect this weekend at the Melton Mustafa Jazz Festival.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm excited.
So without further ado, we will attempt to speak and pick their brains. We're going to get Melton Mustafa Jr. and Jesse Jones Jr. Hello.
Hey, guys.
How you guys doing?
Oh, we're off to a start.
Hey,
Hey, how you,
Coming.
man?
It's gonna be rough. I'm telling you what. But you know what? It's good because I'm telling you, maybe this we can really send out the angels will come out in force with the internet situation because it really is ridiculous that you guys have to deal with this every day.
Yeah, it is. It is. I actually just gave up and I'm in my car. I'm going to drive away to another area and hopefully that'll be better.
I like the way you
Oh
think.
my
That
God.
was us about 3 weeks ago.
I
But
hear Dunkin' Donuts
but
has quality internet.
you know what? I
How
might
you?
I might end up there.
Oh my gosh.
So can
I
you
see
guys hear me now? Can you hear me?
It's a little low, I'm sure.
you're frozen, but we can hear you.
I
Can
think
you hear me
everybody's
now?
focused.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah. And we can hear
Okay, great.
Jesse also, which is good.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
the screens are frozen, and that's cool. That's
Yeah,
what's supposed to be.
No, it's not what
Okay.
it's supposed to be, but that's what it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
it's an
I'm cool with
adventure.
that.
It's like just blowing on changes you've never seen before.
All right. That's cool. I'm cool with that.
So, who wants to go first and tell us about the origins of this festival? Because this is the 24th annual Melton Mustafa Jazz Festival. So, you've been at this for decades.
My nephew had started off.
Yeah,
Go
you want
ahead.
me to get this party started?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, first of all, thank you guys for allowing us to be on the show, and I really appreciate it. You know, my family appreciates it, and I'm looking forward to this wonderful show today. So let's talk about the Melton Mustafa Jazz Festival. Um, it was started, I think, in 1996 at Florida Memorial University by my dad, Melton Mustafa Sr., international jazz trumpeter, composer, educator, and just all around great person.
Yeah.
The best dad in the world.
Nice.
Um, so
Okay,
he
man.
had this
Take it easy, man.
idea to to yeah. So he had an idea to start a jazz festival in Miami, at Florida Memorial University, and he had a lot of from the current president of Florida Memorial, who was Dr. Albert Smith, who was a tremendous jazz enthusiast, and I remember those first couple of years. You know, we had come down. You know, George Cables, so many really fantastic musicians. Clark Terry came
Wow.
down, and what's funny is like every year you're supposed to change artists, and we do, but some of the guys like a year for probably at least 12 years, him and Grover Washington Jr., who are of course some fantastic jazz musicians,
Yeah.
legends in their own right. So yeah, so we're going in our 24th year, and it's been really an amazing journey.
Well, and were you involved from the get go?
In diapers,
Well,
maybe.
I was just graduating from college. I was coming home from Florida A&M University, and I um, I was I wasn't a part of the structure or the logistics, but
Right.
what I've always done is help my dad with whatever he needed help with.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, if he was prepping music, I was helping, tape the music,
Right.
Right.
or
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Somebody's
if it
got to.
was, you know, right. It was if it was any type of luggage or carrying the instruments or that roadie type stuff. That was my job. I
So
did all
you were
fixing the
involved.
Yeah.
stands.
All stuff that needs to
Yeah,
happen for the
yeah.
festival to happen.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Exactly.
I mean, you know what I love the most
Exactly.
about the festival, Melton, is the educational component of it. You know, the fact that you spend all day Saturday doing workshops. That's just a great gift to the community.
Right. One of the biggest things, I just did an interview a couple of days ago, and one of the things that I told them on the interview is the most important part of the jazz festival was not that, people from the Basie band and Ellington band and, all of these world renowned musicians were coming into town to play. The most important component in my dad's eye was working with the youth,
Yeah.
teaching them how to be better musicians, how to be better people, working with them on scales and techniques and tones and all of the things that are going to make them incredible musicians. So it was amazing to watch, superstars actually, you know, not be on such a high horse, and actually to get on the level to get on the level with the kids and actually teach them something and not
Right.
rush. Like, take your time. I'm going to teach you this. I don't care how long it takes, and we're going to have fun doing it. And that was, amazing to watch that. It's humbling because, you would think someone who's traveled all over the world with Jaco Pastorius and the Basie band and the Ellington
Right.
band and Sinatra's band, would be like, I don't know, arrogant or, hard
Right.
to deal with. But
Yeah.
those guys they absolutely loved working with the kids. That was the
Yeah.
biggest component of the
I
festival.
think I left my keys
Yeah.
somewhere.
You know what I want to do really quickly is I just want to kind of show a picture of the schedule for this weekend's events and talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
So I know that's a little bit small, but I can read it from here. So Friday night is the opening of the festival, and that's called Live on the Plaza, and it's live jazz and poetry and a silent auction, and which is really great. Cello Davis will be playing, in May Rain. Some of these people I haven't heard of, but I know, just from being in, a part of the festival, what it you always have great musicians. We've got Will Sirius and Janya Hardin, Laura Posey, Alan Paul, who's great, Donnie Felix, Eddie Balsola, of course, and Harvel Nukundi, and many more. So that kind of kicks off everything 7 o'clock on Friday night. And then all day Saturday from 10 in the morning till noon, you guys have jazz workshops, which is great. And it says that Jesse's going to be doing it, and Leonard and Tal Cohen, James Cotman, and Paul Shuchuk,
Nice.
which is great because you guys, it says here, you guys are talking about stylistic playing, jazz vocals and scatting, which, maybe I'll sit in on Leonard's workshop. I would love to hear that. And also, and talking about rhythm section, which is probably the most important thing that people don't talk about. They talk about soloing and playing on the changes on this, but without a good rhythm section, you got pretty much nothing. So it's just great. And then that night's a big party, like a big hang, a cocktail mixer or a jazzy mixer at the from 6 to 8. So it just seems like it's a really fun weekend in general. And then, of course, the big concert on Sunday, which we'll talk about.
Oh yeah. So yeah, the schedule is jam packed with fun. Lots of jazz. And one thing. Originally, the jazz festival was 2 days. It was the educational component, and then it was the the culminating event, which is a concert.
Right.
But I told my dad, I want to actually add another day where we can feature some of our great, outstanding local but international artists that are in town.
Great.
So all year I go through the town of South Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, the Keys, and I'm going to different venues and I'm hearing who's playing, and I'm saying, okay, I need to get this person on the festival because they're fantastic. We want to try to get them on the festival and showcase all of this incredible talent. So I have great pianist Alan Paul. He
Yeah.
studied at University of Miami, and he's a master piano player,
Yeah.
composer, and I absolutely love him. He can play any style, and he's comfortable. He's comfortable with playing with anyone. From a middle school kid to somebody that's playing at Carnegie
Right.
Hall. He's really brilliant.
Yeah.
Of course, we have the great Eddie. Man, I love to hear Eddie play.
He is great.
Eddie is fantastic. I think Eddie knows every tune, like literally. Gosh,
Right.
Could be.
I love hearing him. Yeah. Oh my God, he's amazing. Harvell is a young drummer,
You
but
know, I've played with him
he's
since he
He's
was
so
in
good.
high school with Jim Gazer's band at New Worlds, and I loved him
right,
then. I loved
right,
him then, and I love him now. And what a spirit! You know, that's the other thing is just they're not just great musicians; they're just great people,
Yeah.
which makes it even more
right.
special.
Right. So I also brought in some veteran vocalist Lauren Carter,
Oh,
who's
I
playing
love her.
Friday night. She's amazing, and Janiyah Harden, and you may know Janiyah. Her Janiyah Pace, was her name before she was married, and she's the daughter of Lynn Pace, the great Lynn Pace. So
Really
Wow.
she Oh yes, she is fantastic. Oh man,
nice.
you
Okay.
know, a couple of years ago, I had her come to the school, and she did a vocal workshop, and I mean, she broke down to
Wait.
Melton froze on
pieces
us. Okay.
elephant.
Wait. You're gonna have to start again. She broke down what? Because
Yeah.
we
So
kind of.
can you guys hear me still? I just want to make sure.
Hold on.
Oh, right. She broke down some Ella Fitzgerald and Sarah Vaughan holistic
Ella
approach to
Fitzgerald
And Sarah
jazz
and
Vaughan.
singing.
Sarah Vaughan. Right.
She's really amazing. Really amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you know what we could do is
Friday
would you
night,
like to maybe
we
play a video?
Yeah. I'm gonna go
did I
back.
lose you guys?
Yeah. Yeah. It's the
It's
your
kind of
connection's a
going.
little funny. I just want to show a real brief clip of a guest that you had at
Yeah,
last year's
I
festival.
lost you.
Yeah. I'm just gonna show a little clip
Wait,
of
I can't.
welcome
Okay.
to.
Okay, great.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just gonna show a little clip of
All
the
right.
caliber of people that they're gonna be hearing. This was last year. Drummer, vocalist Jameson Ross, who I wasn't aware of, but it
Okay.
sounds really great. This is just a real quick clip, folks.
I can't believe the things I'm seeing. I wonder about some things I heard. Everybody's crying peace on earth. Just as soon as we win this war, a bad enough situation. Sure enough, getting worse. Everybody's crying peace on earth. Just as soon as we win this war. Street ahead, knock 'em dead. Choose the hypocrite. Oh, people around the world going crazy. Don't know what they're headed for. Everybody's crying peace on earth. Just as soon as we win this war.
That's funky.
Yeah, that's killing.
Wow, that really sounds amazing.
Oh man. Oh man.
So that was
Are
last
you
year
guys
then?
familiar with Jameson?
No,
I am not.
we are now.
Right. Are you familiar with him?
No, not at all.
Oh, Jameson. He won the Thelonious Monk competition when he was a
Oh,
kid.
Okay, I didn't know that. Well, I'm definitely gonna
Yeah,
check him out now
and
that
and
I.
he's Grammy nominated.
Yeah, that's incredible.
It sounds amazing. I mean,
He's
plays.
a Grammy nominated musician. He's just fantastic. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's incredible. Now, was last year, was the festival also this long? Was it a 4-day event?
3 days.
3 days event. 3-day event. Oh, we've lost Melton. So, with that, let's check out. Here's more information about the festival.
You are cordially invited to the 24th annual Melton Mustafa Jazz Festival, live and virtual February 26th to the 28th. Jazz on the Plaza at the Black Archives Historic Lyric Theater. Limited seating available, so purchase your tickets today at meltonmustafajazzfestival.com. Featuring local and international musicians, vocalists, and poets, with virtual Zoom jazz workshops. You're also invited to the Jazzy Mixer on February 27th at Little Greenhouse Grill. Dressed to impress. This amazing Jazz Festival weekend culminates Sunday evening with the upscale red carpet event immediately followed by the Melton Mustafa Jazz Festival concert featuring international trumpeter Marquise Hill, multi-instrumentalist Jason Marshall, South Florida's favorite entertainer Mr. Jesse Jones Jr., also featuring vocalist Leonard Rutledge, James Codman, Jim Gaisher, Marty Quinn, Chal Cohen, and the legendary Melton Mustafa Orchestra, conducted by none other than Melton Mustafa Jr. For tickets and more information, go to meltonmustafajazzfestival.com.
Yeah, so we're just talking all things Melton Mustafa Jazz Festival, and we really hope that you can, everything is being done socially distanced. I know you have masks are required, and they have it all worked out. We're really sorry about what's going on with Melton and Jesse, but and I promise you, we're not taking them out. We're not kicking them off. We're not kicking them off. It's just they just keep dropping out. So and Jesse was there, and now we don't know where he is. So hopefully he'll show back up at some point. But this is so crazy. All right, but Melton Jr. is with us, so that's good. So we're happy.
I'm back. I'm moving away from the school.
And I think
actually right now, whatever, can I stop wherever you are? Stop the car.
It's better.
Because that's the best reception we've had.
Okay.
Yeah, this is much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm literally leaving the school. That is so crazy. That is so crazy that we as teachers have to teach in this situation.
Absolutely.
Where we don't even have the proper tools to be effective. It's ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really it's not cool.
I'm hoping tonight will change all that. Yeah. We'll be the ones who have
sending
fixed
it out. We're sending it out. Comcast, AT&T, Atlantic Broadband, Xfinity. One of you guys are going to become angels and donate free, really good internet to schools, because that's what we need. Clearly.
We need an angel donor.
Yeah, it's like that wouldn't kill them to give Wi-Fi away. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Anyway, so we just showed the clip with the overview of the festival. So
for this weekend.
You guys have really what a lineup you have for this upcoming festival.
Right. Yeah, it's a terrific lineup. I start working on the lineup. The year before, right after the festival ends, I start working on the lineup, trying to build a very entertaining show. And I try to bring in, international artists that people know and other international artists that people don't know. Right. And I like to celebrate our local artists who also are international that some people don't even know.
Yeah.
So, this is very important because, one thing that my dad did was he loved everyone. And, if you could play, if you could sing, then he was cool with that. But what was also funny, well, not funny, but important to me is that if it was someone who wasn't as good, he still would value them and give them an opportunity to learn and to develop also. So that was, amazing to watch that, that type of,
You got to
thing
give a
going
hand
on.
up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Yeah, he was a special guy for sure. Yeah.
Yep. So
You want to talk about? I know you put together some clips of some people that are going to be on.
yeah, and I got to say, I'm not very familiar with some of these people, and I was looking at their performing, and these are top notch people. I know that this is a couple of your headliners are
Jason Marshall.
Jason Marshall,
Yeah.
right? And
Yes.
and you also have Marquise Hill, who
Right,
are
right.
For anyone who has not heard them,
These guys,
they're the real deal.
they're amazing. They are
They're the-
amazing.
Oh yeah.
You know what's funny is, like, you hear these guys' records and you see their YouTubes, but when you actually see them in person, it's like absolutely incredible.
Oh sure, absolutely. Let's let the audience have a little snippet of them.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a clip. Woo!
Yeah, they're
That
serious.
is so good.
Oh man, that's killing.
Yeah.
Right?
It's so good, and that's just a small portion of stuff that you're gonna have for us for the whole weekend, which
Right.
is great.
Oh, here's a good point, by the way.
Oh, does everyone know that Jesse and Melton Sr. are brothers? I just assume that everybody knows that
But-
Jesse and Melton are brothers, but
You know what happens when
I know what happens when you assume. Yeah, so Jesse's your uncle.
Yep. It's great that those guys are just amazing, like great people. I mean, the fact that they're outstanding musicians is like icing on the cake, but they're
Yeah.
like really incredible people. They like and love everyone.
Yeah.
They're helpful. They love to play their horns. It's just amazing. They're just amazing people. So yeah, Melton Mustafa and Jesse Jones are brothers. Jesse,
Yeah.
of course, is the older brother. They grew up in Miami.
Yep,
Miami,
that's
in
right.
Liberty City. Graduates of Miami Northwestern High School.
Wow.
Yeah, and Jesse started a band when he was a kid, maybe like I think he started his band in high school when he was like in the 9th or 10th grade. And my dad was in the 6th grade. And he actually started playing with Jesse when he was his first year playing.
Wow.
Like doing gigs, his first year playing. Like, so the story is what he told me is they started a calypso band, and they would go to Miami Beach, and they would jump the gate because you wasn't supposed to be in Miami Beach. they would jump the fence, play a little bit for tips, and then leave there real quick and jump the fence and go to the next hotel and play a little bit, get some tips, and then run and jump.
Well, the thing is, when you think about it, that is these are our legends. This is our history, jazz history from Miami. Like the actual history of jazz in Miami, starts or not starts with them, but it's so important. They're so important to our whole thing, which is, so it's just amazing. We're watching living legends.
Yeah.
Right.
Just amazing.
Yeah, it's and yeah, to me it's very amazing that I mean, your dad is your dad, your uncle is your uncle, but I remember clearly being a kid and watching like the Cosby Show, and the Basie Band was on the Cosby Show, and my dad was on that show, so I remember going to school like and everybody's talking about this, and it's like a big deal, but for me, it's like, dad is dad, but for everyone else, it's like, they're like, wow, that's absolutely amazing. Your dad played with Jaco Pastorius,
Right.
Jaco Pastorius,
Right.
so it was that type of thing, like from playing with Jaco to Ray Charles to the Sinatra Band, it's just now I have a different appreciation for it. Back then, I don't know if I really knew how big, he was, and
Right.
the impact that he had on, especially South Florida jazz.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's true. Hey, do you want to talk a little bit about, because we know that a festival like this does not happen on its own, and you have quite a few important sponsors.
Right. Yeah, I definitely have to talk about sponsors. First of all, our host sponsor is the Historic Lyric Theater, Black Archives Historic Lyric Theater. And I definitely have to give kudos to Mr. Tim Barber, who is the director at the Historic Lyric Theater. Can I just say what a beautiful theater that is. And if you have not, if you're living in Miami and you have not gotten a chance to see, it's completely restored and it's absolutely stunning. The sound is amazing. It really feels like you've stepped, back into history. It's so beautiful. So, this is the perfect time to be able to, to go check it out, because it really is an amazing theater. Right. And the staff over there at the Lyric Theater, they're amazing. They have lots of programming. But one thing that Mr. Barber over there, who's the director, has relayed to me is he wants to make sure that the arts are preserved. He wants to make sure that the community has an outlet or an opportunity to hear the arts on a high level. And he absolutely adored my dad. And he told me this. He said, "Listen, I made a promise to you, Mustafa Jr., that I would honor your dad." And this was before he passed. And he's kept to his word. And I'm really thankful for Mr. Barber over at the Black Archives Theater and Dorothy Fields and the whole board over there, because they're champions for the arts. And I really appreciate what they're doing, not only for the Jazz Festival, but for the community at large. So that's one of our sponsors. I see you have some nice pictures. What other pictures do you have of our sponsors?
I've got this right here. Hold on.
You've got the Sunshine Jazz Organization.
Oh yeah, let me tell you about Sunshine Jazz.
Oh, and hold on, I'm gonna bring Uncle back. Hey, welcome back.
Man.
There he is.
Hey, where did you go?
Get it back on. It was like pulling teeth.
Did you go to dinner without me?
That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
Well, welcome back anyhow. So SJO.
Right. So let me tell you something. I absolutely love Sunshine Jazz Organization.
Thank you.
Absolutely love. I all of the members, the board, they love jazz. They love the South Florida community, and it shows through their programming, through their support, through the concerts that they do. Just working with
I'm hearing a long echo.
All right, okay, hold on. Maybe
Let
we
me
can
see if I
fix
can
this.
help that real
We
quick.
might be able to fix this for you.
See if that helps.
Is that better?
Yes, that's
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So just working with Holly and Keith. Oh, it's just absolutely amazing, and a host of other people. They have a tremendous
right now.
team
I'm
over
hearing
there.
Melton on about a 3 second late. Yeah, 3 or 5
Do you
seconds.
have headphones? Do you have headphones?
It might.
Jesse, if you can get headphones, that might help. Just saying.
No.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I've reached the end of my technical know-how, which I reached about 45 minutes ago. Really.
Well, the Sunshine Jazz organization to me always has felt like just a great big family.
Family, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Just
Yeah.
really great, wonderful.
And the concerts that they put on, and even the fundraisers and things that they do is with such love and care for the community and for the music,
Yeah.
And it's just absolutely amazing working with them. I'm just like, I don't even have the words to express how happy I am. But I can tell you this: before my dad passed, we had a really, really long talk, and one of the things that he wanted to do is to make sure that there was a strong connection between the Sunshine Jazz Organization, the Melton Mustafa Jazz Festival, and even Gold Coast Jazz Society. And
Right.
we've been working on building those relationships, and just making sure that we keep this thing that we call jazz going. So kudos to Sunshine Jazz Organization.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love it when everybody, when we can do things together, all the organizations can get together and work together, because we're all promoting the same thing. We all love jazz, and we all just want it to thrive and to grow and to continue.
Yep.
So it's definitely important.
You know what? I think let's give Jesse a moment to speak, and I'm going to mute our mics, and that way he might not hear any other echo. So, Jesse, talk to us a little bit about the festival and your involvement. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. Tell us a little bit about your perspective on the whole festival, and.
But I can hear about 15 seconds ago. When is he talking now?
It's all you now. Tell us about the festival.
Hello. Yes. Okay, the festival is a real. I mean, all right.
You can talk. We can hear you, Jesse.
Okay. I'm hearing myself, so it's confusing me. Okay, the festival really a fantastic thing for all people. And listen to my. I talk and I hear myself 30 seconds later, 20 seconds later. Okay.
I think
It's
I don't know why that's happening.
I think that, unless you get headphones, we're probably not going to be able to solve that problem.
Yeah.
I apologize, folks, but
I'm gonna try to get you from my my laptop.
Okay, we'll see you there.
Okay.
All right, and so here's we warned you guys up front that this was going to happen. So here's another sponsor that we need to mention.
Yep, the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Yes. So let me tell you about the bureau here. I met a young lady by the name of Connie Kennard, and what happened was I was at the Lyric Theater. This is the first time the first year we did it at we did the performance, the jazz festival at the Lyric Theater, maybe about 4 years ago, and she came with two buses filled with tourists, and they came and actually was a part of the jazz festival, and they got a chance to observe the workshops, and um, they had a blast and they really enjoyed it. And I said, hey, let's try to make this an annual thing. So whenever we're having the jazz festival, let's bring a tour through so that they can go through some of the historic sites over at in the Overtown area, and also to stop by the jazz festival and hear some great music. And we've been doing that ever since. So it's been a great partnership, and I really thank them because we're on their schedule, their calendar now. So people, not only in South Florida but all over the world have the opportunity now to see what we're doing, some of the great things that we're doing in South Florida.
That's great.
Yeah, kudos kudos to them.
Great. And it sounds like this sponsor is going to be involved in a big way on one of the days that you're there.
Yeah, for the mixer.
Right. So the little greenhouse every year, and let me just say this: one of the components that my dad made sure that we involved into the jazz festival was community, and what he would do, or whoever was assisting him, he would have them go to the different grocery stores and music stores and different venues in the area, restaurants, and have them actually be a part of the jazz festival in some way. So what I did was every year I go to a different establishment in the surrounding area, and I push into their establishment, and we develop a partnership. And if it's a restaurant, maybe they might help us out with some meals or have a special meals prepared for the festival or some type of donation, and I'll provide some great jazz musicians. So on Saturday night from 6 to 8, we're going to do a jazz, like a jazzy mixer. It's going to be outside on the patio at the little greenhouse grill, and it's going to be a great time. We're going to feature the Dr. Ed Robertson trio, and he's a fine jazz musician, and he's going to have his guys there, and it's going to be a really, really nice, relaxed mixer type, setup. Yeah.
And as Wendy mentioned at the top of the show, for those who are interested in going, they're following social distancing guidelines. This is all done on the up and up. It should be safe and enjoyable, and a chance to get out there and enjoy some of this music really the way it ought to.
It's meant to be, not
enjoyed.
Online through your computer screens.
As helpful as it has been throughout the pandemic to have this option, nothing will take the place of live performance in front of a band.
Yeah. So we've got some more sponsors. Let's see if we can get to them all.
And then we have, I think, one more here that has been helping out.
Oh yeah. So Zaki Publishing is was originally started by Melton Mustafa Sr. I believe like in the 80s, and it was a publishing company, and he would publish his music through it, his big band charts, his small band charts, his the various arrangements and books and things that he wrote over the years. So what I did was I actually expanded Zaki Publishing, the Zaki Publishing portion, to include media and entertainment.
Oh. So is that from your mom's name?
Right. So my mom is named Zakia.
Yeah.
And we took her name, and we started this business, and we developed. I took it to the next level as far as developing it to add those different components. So that's an integral part of the jazz festival. Now, one thing that I didn't send you guys, and I would be remiss if I didn't say it, is MSM Arts, which is actually the sponsor. Black Archives, the host sponsor for the entire festival. So everything goes through MSM Arts, which is my dad's nonprofit, and basically MSM Arts is a nonprofit that supports the arts in every way.
Okay.
And we're not just talking about instrumental jazz. We're talking about dance. We're talking about theater. We're talking about visual arts, everything dealing with the arts and science, because, as you know, science is a part of this whole thing also. So all of those components that are tied into MSM Arts. So I definitely want to make sure I speak on that. And we have another sponsor, LW Finance, who, all these things cost money. So
Yes.
so keeping the books, the accounting, you're talking about flights and hotels and
Right.
paying musicians and all of the business stuff is done through LW Finance. I want to make sure that I mention them, because Lisa Washington, who's the president of that the finance company, is absolutely amazing, and she helps out so much. So I just want to make sure that I mention that.
Great. And look, I think we might have your uncle.
Finally.
Woo! Hallelujah.
Speak to us, Jesse. Man. You have the floor. We're going to just listen to every word. We're just hanging on every word because it's long overdue. Talk to us.
Yeah. Uncle Jesse, tell us a story. Tell us a story.
Tell you a story. Well, it's been really hard in a way of not being on stage with my brother. But I have to play a little harder now for me and him. Since he's not here. My brother and I, like Melton was saying, we got started early, at early age.
Yeah.
I think I was in elementary school in the 6th grade when I got my first horn, or saxophone. It was a C melody saxophone. And I don't know where my parents got the money from, but I wanted to play so bad. So I would practice every night. And at the end of the school year, I was good enough to play for my graduation from elementary school.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
And in fact, I remember the tune. It was Old Lang Syne.
Okay.
That was the first one I ever played in the public in elementary school.
That's fine.
And like Melton was saying, I had called the Jets.
Right.
It was a calypso group.
Okay.
My brother played trumpet, then we had a conga player, and I played the washtub bass.
Oh my God.
like Melton said, we used to play on the beach a lot. But after that, we started getting into more in the jazz field, and then we named our quintet the Melt Just Jazz Quartet.
Okay.
Quintet. Yeah, and that's with the start of our working in the jazz field around Miami and all of South Florida and abroad and a whole bit.
We have a video of you and Melton playing that we'd like to play, if that's okay with you.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. Where?
It is Night in Tunisia, and the lettering in the back. It seems could it be Russia?
Yes, it was. It was Russia.
And
okay.
This is a nice lengthy version of Night in Tunisia, and they can get to see you guys in action, which was quite an event. Anytime you two were together.
Oh, absolutely. Man, we had so much fun together, I tell you. Check it out, though.
Yeah.
Jesse Jones Jr.
Always have to have the last word, don't you?
It's my brother's sport.
Oh my God, that's so fantastic. It is so nice seeing brothers play together. That is true.
Yeah, thank you. It was always an honor to feel me. You know, I've always respected and helped my brother at a higher level. Sometimes I wish that I could be the half of the musician that he was. He was my mentor.
Isn't that funny?
Still is my mentor.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing, you know, that whole family dynamic thing, because there is something, you know, when you hear, you know, family members sing, there's something just about the wave of their voices, you know, I guess the genetics or something, but there is something about, you know, maybe because they know each other so well, they just, you know, they're more in tune. I don't know what it is.
You know, in our years together, well, I've been knowing my brother since he was born.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We have never had an argument, would you believe?
Wow.
Being brothers. Yeah, I tell people that, they say, "Oh no, you got to be kidding." I say, "No, man, it's true. We never had an argument."
That is great. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. It's there's definitely a chemistry that comes together, you know, in a way that no other, you know, configurations. It doesn't happen that way. No matter how great they are, there's something special about that bond.
Yeah.
And it's probably what you said, between the genetics and growing up, you have, you know, shared experiences, the comfort level. I mean, especially if it's good, because I like you, had the same situation with my brother.
Yes.
Never a bad word. Never. It was always just admiration and fun and joking and having a great time.
And I remind you guys so much together, man. I tell you.
Yeah. Well, the same with you and Melton. So when you get that, you know, on stage, it's a whole different energy. So, and of course, what you guys have and had with Melton Senior is the entertainment aspect, which my brother and I certainly didn't have that. We were just like, we want to play, we want to make the music sound as great as we can, but you know, there's an audience out there. You know, you guys are like amazing, and Melton Jr., man, he's got that too. He's got
so
that
natural,
the gift of you know, just performance and entertainment. That's a whole other skill set which I admire.
Yeah.
I usually tease him when I hear him play. I said, "You're stealing some of my licks, huh?"
Right.
Hey, listen, once you put them out there, they're no longer yours.
That's true, right? It's in the atmosphere.
During that time, I went to Mississippi Valley State University. And I spent 4 years in the Navy band.
Wow.
Which we traveled every 4 months out of the year in South America.
Wow.
So I played in every city in South America during the 4 years I was in the service.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
And then after that, I got out in the 4 years and said, well, it's time for me to get out and do some things on my own. So again, I did a CD. I also recorded a CD, and I think it's a few years ago. But now I have a new single just come out.
I know are you gonna play some of that on the concert?
This is the CD in question, yeah.
Cabbage Alley.
Cabbage Alley. No, I won't play on this festival this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, how about we hear it here?
Yeah, we've got the clip.
Why don't we?
Let's do that. This is your latest release?
Yeah, it came out at the January 8th. It's streaming on all major music platforms.
How does it feel to say that, Jesse? It's streaming on all the platforms.
Oh man, all before just CDs. Like I say, it's streaming all over the place now.
That's right. We used to have to say you can get your cassette. You know, you can get your vinyl, you can get your cassette.
I
Now
know.
you have to say then CDs, and now it's like nobody even wants CDs anymore.
I want CDs.
I know.
In fact, I just got Mike Levine, who's out in the audience. Thank you. Got your
Yes, we
CD
just got
today.
your
Hello,
CDs.
Mike.
I love CDs.
Yeah.
Tell me about the title of this.
Yeah, Cabbage Alley.
Cabbage Alley. Well, it was a group called the Meters back in the day. They put out this song. It was a song, Cabbage Alley, and my manager helped me to it.
Okay.
Wow, I would like to try to do this as an instrumental, because he come to me and says, "This is you, Jesse. This is you." I checked it out. I said, "Yeah, you're right. I love it." So we put an instrumental version of this tune, and we had the musicians to do it, come in, and we didn't even have to really rehearse it, because they had the music before.
Right.
Came in and cut it, and boom, this is what we got.
Good.
Let's check it out.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right.
Here it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something about this. But when I first heard it, my wife was walking by the room though. She popped in, and all of a sudden she started dancing. So this got to be the tune. It's gotta
That's
be
a good sign. Very good sign.
Good sign. But you know the other horn player, you know who the other sax player
No,
was?
who are the musicians?
Yeah, tell us who all the musicians are.
The sax player was Melton Mustafa Jr.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
So
I think you're muted, Melton.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, man. Nice.
Yeah. So and so who was the rhythm section?
The rhythm section is James Cotman.
Okay.
There you go.
And on bass, Paul Chuchuk.
Nice.
Excellent.
On guitar, what's that boy name?
You, that guy.
Ike Woods.
No kidding.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. And on B3, Mark Leach.
Okay.
And sounds great.
Yeah, it's super funky. Very, very fun.
So this is a single now. Is there going to be a full album?
It's going to be. I'm putting out another single in sometime in the last part of March.
He's teasing. It's just like little breadcrumbs.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm keeping you on your toes.
Exactly. Just little nuggets that we can,
that was a good start, though. You whet my appetite too. I'm ready to listen to more.
Well, I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It was a vocal by Natalie Cole.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. I'm
The
intrigued.
The second CD come out in March. It's by Natalie Cole. That's
Okay.
That's all the clue I'm gonna give you.
Well, I like it. Hey, I was lucky and I was fortunate enough to work with your dad and your brother. I guess I just want to say this is one of the things I'm almost most proud of. When I hear this back, we played Whit Seidner's retirement concert. And Jim and I had that we were going to be playing A Child Is Born, and I guess a couple days before, Gary Keller called us up and said, hey, we really want to feature Melton. How would you feel about him playing with you? And we were just yeah, that would be awesome. But we had. The funny thing is we had been, working. We'd come up with this an arrangement. We've been for 2 weeks. We've been working on this, what we were going to play at this festival. We got together with Melton that day, the day of the concert. He did one rehearsal, and he just, it's okay, this is what it's like. This is what it's supposed to be, But if you don't mind, I'd like to play it just because he sounded just,
Yeah.
Every time I hear it, I'm just touched.
Now they did record this with full audio at the University of Miami, but we don't have that audio. This was somebody in the audience, and even though it's not the best audio, she says, you know what, we just have to show it because Melton, what he did was special.
I really feel that way. This is one of my most favorite, moments that I have.
I think I heard it, but I like to hear this again.
Well, you're gonna.
trusting and blessed is this heart, a child is born. Trusting and blessed is this a child is born.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Well,
good.
I must say, Wendy, you have one stellar, beautiful voice.
I have my days. I just hope I always pray, like, is this the day everything is gonna go well?
It really is amazing. Sometimes with great musicians and great performances, there's always going to be a level that you expect, but there are moments that are hard to describe, that something happens that, is special.
Right,
There's
right.
definitely something going on there.
Beautiful.
Melton was amazing.
He just killed me. He killed me.
I'm looking forward to Melton and I doing more gigs together now.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I think so.
And also his brother, Yamin.
Yeah, every time I hear Yamin, he sounds. His sound is amazing. It really is such a good sound.
Yeah, the big band. My brother wrote a tune called "I Can Sing."
Okay.
And we performed that one night, the small band, and Yamin played it so close to my brother.
Really?
Over half of the people in the audience had tears in their eyes.
Wow.
Because it was so close that you could see my brother playing in him and through him.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing.
What's that?
In fact,
family thing we're talking about.
I don't know if we'll be playing that Sunday night, but Yamin will be in the performing with the big band also.
Either that, or we're gonna have to call an exorcist.
Yeah. All right.
I'm joking.
That's great.
My goodness.
So good.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing. I am so proud of Melton Jr. He's the way. He's really taken over for his dad.
Yeah.
He's going over and beyond his duties as a son and as a musician, as a person. I am so proud of him. I'm telling you.
And so we just want to reiterate that the festival is this weekend. It starts this Friday night.
Yes.
And there's stuff going on all weekend. Really, really fun stuff. So you can get So actually, this is a little confusing, but if you just go to Melton Mustafa jazzfest.com, right?
Yeah. Let me just take the scroll off for a second.
Yeah, and you can get the tickets. You can find out exactly who's playing when, and so much cool stuff is going on. And then the big concert on Sunday, which it's just, the lineup is incredible, and it's always just so much fun. I remember doing it. When I did it, I got to perform for the first time, like premiere one of your dad's songs. Wasn't that?
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
Yeah.
Easy as it goes, I believe. Yeah,
yes,
right.
That's right. Absolutely.
I think I might have. Sorry, go ahead.
What was it, Melton?
Easy as it goes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
So the story is my dad wrote that song when he was on the road with the Basie band, and he wrote the entire song over the break. So they were playing in El Morocco. He wrote the entire song during the break.
Oh my gosh.
The entire song.
And did they play it when they came back?
No. No, but the Basie band did record it. And and my dad came back a couple of years later and recorded it with his big band.
Okay.
So the title of it is Easy as It Goes, A Night in El Morocco.
Oh, okay.
And so when we play it, we had never played it as a vocal piece, but it was original vocal piece written, for my mom, a love song for my mom.
Oh, nice.
And but we always played it as a big band. And I said, there are lyrics to this. We need to play this. So I thought of you, and I was like, oh, Wendy would be great to cover this tune. So let's see if we can get this together.
Hey.
Yeah, you killed it.
You did give it to me the same day, which was like, I always hate, I kind of freak out singing the first time, like in front of people, like, preparing a song. It's always such a weird thing. But I was like, yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Melton asked me. I got to do it.
And you know what? That's a part of jazz. Just be willing to put yourself out there, and just make it happen.
Yeah.
The excitement of being such a master of your craft. If I didn't think that you would kill it, I wouldn't have given it to you. But I know what you're capable of. You have a great voice, great tone. I mean, you're just amazing. So I knew it would be a great, performance.
Well, it's always a pleasure, for real. We have a picture. Rick Katz just sent it in of Jesse and Melton Senior receiving our Lifetime Achievement Award. So this is both Jesse and Melton got that
nice.
a while ago. So we're proud. We're proud of all you guys.
We're all family.
I know it's true.
It feels that way.
Fantastic.
It is true. So once again, this weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, go to all three if you can, because it looks like it's gonna. It's finally we can like dress up. We can like put put some makeup and some heels and
that's what I'm gonna do.
And some Spanx and show up and show off. So it's that's a lot of fun. And I hope I know it's gonna be fantastic, and I just hope that we get everybody out there that needs to get out there.
Right.
Yeah, I hope so also. One thing that we're gonna make sure that we do, we're gonna provide great entertainment. The music is gonna be stellar, but I want to just remind everyone, that we are requiring that you are safe. Wear your mask. We're gonna be doing temperature checks at the door. We will be doing social distancing. You won't be seated side by side. There will be appropriate space in between the audience. We're only doing 50% capacity.
Right.
Because, safety is paramount. So we want to make sure that while everyone is enjoying the great music, that we're still being safe and, doing the right thing, for the world. So it's going to be a great time, I tell you.
Yeah.
Definitely. Any last words? Because we're gonna go out on a clip. Because it kind of brings me back a little bit to what I was talking about before, the other gift that both of you guys have, which is the gift of entertaining and just putting everything out there, which I might envy a little bit. But we're going to end on a clip that was from a few years back, where Melton Jr. is conducting, and I believe that we have this guy, who's also going to be featured, by the way, featured performer at the upcoming festival. But you're featured in the last clip that we're going to go out on, and it also features the late great Ira Sullivan and the late great Richie Cole.
Yeah.
So I want to end it on that. But before we get to that final clip, any last words about the festival, about Melton, about anything you want to go out on?
Yeah, I'll let you go first, Uncle Jesse.
I just want to say one line. The Melton Mustafa Jazz Orchestra.
Woo!
Be there.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And I would like to say, this thing, we're going through some very trying times, with whether you're thinking about politics or whatever it might be, the pandemic, all of these things, some crazy, very trying times. I just want to say that my family, the community, we appreciate having the opportunity to be here on this earth. There are a lot of people who are going through some really trying times now. But we're pulling together as a family, as a community, this jazz community. We love each other. And that's one thing that I learned from my dad, is to love everyone, and we're doing that through our music, and we're going to continue to do it. And I hope that the community rallies behind us, because let me tell you something, putting on the jazz festival is very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sustaining a jazz festival for 24 years is very difficult.
It's almost a miracle.
I hope that, the community continues to support us and support myself and my family. And, we love you guys. So thank you for being so supportive. Sorry about the internet issues.
Well, it's all
got
good.
It together.
It's all good now.
We nailed it at the end.
But thank you guys. We lost our mom this year.
Yeah.
And in addition to her, we lost 6 family members. You know, 2 of her brothers and an aunt and a couple of cousins. You know, it's been a really rough year for us.
Yeah.
But thankfully, we're here still, and we're going to provide some great jazz. And I hope the community comes out and just have a ball with us.
Yeah.
And Wendy and Nikki, I really appreciate you making this happen.
Oh my gosh.
It's an honor.
It's been an honor for me. And I know it's been an honor for Melton also. You make me
Well,
feel real nice, real good.
Well, we love you guys so much. We're proud to call you our own. You know, this is
absolutely.
You know, you are a living legend. You know, whether you realize it or not. Because I know when you walk around as a living legend, maybe you don't realize it, but you are our history. That you are the foundation.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you.
And Melton, thank you for keeping your dad's spirit and the festival and everything alive. That doesn't happen on its own, and I know that's a lot of hard work that people do not see. It's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So thank you for that.
And it takes a community. So all of you guys who are watching tonight or will watch tomorrow or the next day, spread the word, because this is something that like Melton was saying, it's hard work. It takes a lot. And we want to be able to keep this each and every year. We want to have it next year and the year after.
Yes.
And the only way that happens is with community support.
Yep. So all those things behind the scenes and in front of the stage leads to moments like this, which is what we're going to go out on. This is what they give to you.
And it's fantastic. That's the point. It's fun and it's fantastic. Thanks, guys, so much. Have a fantastic week.
Thank you. You too now.
And we'll see you this weekend.
Yes.
Right now.
All right.
You see, that's the kind of stuff that can happen if you go and you show up live and in person. You get to witness moments like that.
That's right.
You just never know what's going to happen. So once again, the Melton Mustafa Jazz Festival this weekend, starting Friday night, just to get the date right, February 26th. And then it continues on Saturday the 27th and finishes up with the big concert on the 28th. And it's always fun, amazing people, amazing musicians, amazing fun. So definitely.
Yep. Go to www.meltonmustafajazzfestival.com. All the info will be there for every day of the concert.
Yes. And we also, so now we would like to thank all our sponsors that keep us running each and every week. Because here we are. It's it's coming up on a year. Next month will be a year that we've been doing this, which seems
That's
just
hard to believe.
Crazy. It just seems like, I don't know, we fell into this rabbit hole. We can't seem to get out. But we want to give special thanks to the Sunshine Jazz Organization. Check out their website at sunshinejazz.org. There's always stuff going on. They've got
they are
lots
definitely
of,
involved, as you heard
and
earlier.
they're a big sponsor of the Melton Mustafa Jazz Festival. And want to give a quick shout out to the Gold Coast Jazz Society, and you can check them out at goldcoastjazz.org. But they recently restarted their Sunday afternoon jam session for kids. Do you have the flyer that you could put up?
Yes, I do.
I would be super appreciative if you would, because we just did that. You lost it, didn't you? There it is. So it's all about students. This jam, and it's the third Sunday of every month, and it's from 2 to 4 p.m. up in Fort Lauderdale at Art Serve, and it's outdoors. Masks are required. There's limited seating. It's socially distanced. So check out their website. You can find out all about that. So if you know some musicians, some student musicians that need just a little push and a lot of encouragement, that's the place to do it. And let me just say that we love this art form, and the only way that it can survive is if we encourage students. So we want to support in any way possible. And want to give a shout out to South Florida Jazz, because they are putting on this amazing virtual series. And 2 of them have already happened, and there are 2 left, so you do not want to miss out. On March 27th, they are going to do a virtual concert of Dan Tepfer, who's an amazing solo pianist. I did want to say, I actually have, I wanted to say, he was with Lee Konitz for 10 years.
Wow.
So he's just a brilliant pianist, and he's doing a solo piano show, so you definitely want to check that out. That will be next month, March 27th. And then the series closes out with David Kikoski, who is a great guy in his own right, but it's going to feature Eric Alexander, who's just a monster, and drummer Billy Hart. So we want to make sure that everybody knows about this. You need to go check them out at southfloridajazz.org for all the tickets and all the information, because it's hard enough to do anything during this pandemic, and people are finding a way. So we need to support if we can.
And we, of course, are.
And we, of course, are from the Miami Jazz Co-op at miamijazz.org, and this is what we do, and we're hoping to get going with some live stuff here and there. Speaking of live stuff. All right,
nice segue.
All right. There you go. Speaking of some live stuff, next Monday, we are really excited. The next 2 weeks are going to be live shows, so that's really exciting. It's a lot of work, but it's just a lot of fun to actually hear live music. And it's going to be live from the Jazzport,
yes,
which is our latest venue, and it will feature the one and only Sammy Figueroa. Yeah. And who else is going to be with him? Because I know
on bass we'll have Carlo DeRosa.
Mm-hmm.
And on piano, we'll have Martin Bejarano.
Yeah, so it's
not a bad trio there.
Not a bad trio. It's going to be super fun. We'll learn a lot about Sammy, as well as hear him play a whole lot live, which is always fun. And that, believe it or not, that was March 1st.
Yep.
First week of March already. Oh my gosh. And then March 8th, we're going to have
Another live performance
from the Jazzport, featuring Federico Britos and Jorge Garcia,
who will be down from
South Carolina. So really exciting stuff coming up. And we really just appreciate you guys watching, you guys sticking, and stay committed to the arts.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Stay committed to the arts because, you know, it fills the soul and as well as the ears.
Yes. And big tech, remember, internet for the schools.
Oh, but yes, AT&T, Comcast, whoever's listening, please just donate some good internet to our schools. Please.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.